I only watched the replay.
The replay, yeah.
Oh,
Off of Reddit.
but it is nice. Yeah.
All right. PvT. Yep.
I'll be right back. Super quick. Just gonna get some more water.
Absolutely.
Super quick.
Yep.
So, Endershort, how do you feel about PvT?
I think it's good. The Terrans don't. Yeah, I think it's pretty good all throughout, like early and mid game. Terrans do feel that they lose late game.
Yeah, we've definitely touched on that.
We've talked about that, but I think up until the late teens, 20-minute mark, it's pretty balanced. There's good counterplay between everything, and I don't feel like anything's like forced, like with the PvZ matchup where like the Stargate's been forced for a long time.
Yes,
I think both sides have a lot of really early options.
Viable
strategies. Like you can make this Reaper or you don't have to. You can make Cyclones or you don't have to. You can make an Adept. You can make a Stalker. You can do a lot. It works. It's fine, and then could go from there. So
I think it's interesting because we have. I like to see this in aggressive. You have he's building? Oh, the Stargate.
Yeah, it's a Stargate. He did scout that with the Reaper.
The Reaper. Yeah. And it's funny because Euthermal's Reaper getting here keeps Neeb's Adepts at home.
Yeah, right? Exactly. And I think that's a major benefit of these.
Of what?
Of getting the Reaper.
Getting the Reaper.
I like it. Like a lot of Terrans do skip it. I think it's a good. Yeah, I think it's a good tactic. Like
I think it really holds a really solid position with Terran in the sense that it gives you that scouting, that pressure scouter.
Yeah.
Wait, did that Widowmine? Yeah, Widowmine just killed the Adept as he was roaming around. So no information for Neeb, and it's really good. This question is that Oracle's gonna find out what he needs to know. It's like, all right, well, the Adept doesn't figure it out.
Oracle will go in, but of course, if an Oracle's just a scout, then that's not usually the best. But it will see things here, see everything, and delay.
Wow.
That's a really good position.
That's cheeky right there.
Yeah, so he's got the Widowmine right under the back wing of that starport, which is like
I can't even see.
It's an awesome spot.
I didn't even know it was there until it did that. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Screwing around.
Hey. That's there, and that's one of the best ones because it's so thick. It's really hard to see it. There's like all these good hiding spots, but that's like one of the best ones.
So cheeky.
The fact that it was in between both of the buildings too,
it's almost impossible to see.
It almost feels like there's nothing. Yeah.
It's very cheeky, very very cheeky.
Yeah.
I like it.
And so we got another. Actually, I think that almost happens again. We have a Phoenix and Oracle coming in. I want to say.
Nope. He's like, all right, you can see that one at least. Oh, it isn't actually bothered to.
I think it was a bit later, but he ends up losing another Oracle to one.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
Overall, so we're probably what we're gonna see from this particular replay is gonna be Bio versus Blink Stalkers into Colossus. My Colossus make a comeback.
I know.
I've been missing Colossus from StarCraft for so long. Oh, man, Colossus.
Yeah, they got a little bit more popular, right? And then
it's the key is just that you don't. The days of making 7 of them are over.
Yeah,
but you can make 2 or 3 of them though. And
but I
that's the one you were talking about.
Yeah, there you go.
He has like a Widowmine, that's kind of cool though, like that he puts it like that. So
it's a really good defensive approach to keep them out from seeing what he doesn't want them to see.
Yeah,
that's actually really important.
The way this game plays out too, I think the loss of the Oracle is pretty important.
It's pretty important. I mean, just the fact that in this matchup, keeping that Oracle alive is so important to even tag the Medivacs. You always want to be seeing where a player like Euthermal is going to be dropping you.
Yeah.
So,
especially if there will be a lot of Widowmines, which there will be.
And
Now I hadn't seen this before, and maybe this is popular. I just don't know about it. But this Widow mines in the medevac and then treating them like they used to do with the Hellbats, where they try and drop it on the army.
Oh, that'd be pretty sick with drilling claws, man.
It's about to happen.
So wait, to drop the Widow mines onto the army.
Watch this. The charge for it, Widow mines drop directly in the army line, and then they have to back up there.
They have to push back. They have to push back.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to run them forward, right? It's
so I hadn't really seen that before. So I
don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That'd be so devastating. I'm thinking about that with drilling claws now. You know what I mean? Like, geez.
Yeah.
But this is cool though.
Yeah,
do that blink micro.
Blink out, but yeah.
So in a situation like this though, Thermally is taking the third at the same time. So I'm wondering what his goal here. Is it to kill the third base or just thin the army out, or?
I feel like it's just to thin the army out, or at least that's my initial impression, because I don't feel like this is like a death squad.
Yeah. It's not like a tank push. Doesn't have a lot of building killing power aside from the Marauders.
Yeah, and he's not focusing on the Nexus at all.
No, it seemed like he was just getting what he could get done.
And the worst part, I think it might have been better for him to have focused on the Nexus if he had the idea to just have the Widow mines, keep the army back while he pushes. Because I feel like he left those Widow mines alone. Like they
didn't get to do too much. Yeah.
Like he dropped them. It scared, like it pushed Neeb to like move back. Neeb's like, oh fuck that.
Get out! Yeah, we out. And then if he just pulled back and just targeted the Nexus, and then
right,
that's
might have been able to get it.
It's like a a zoning tool even.
Yeah, a zoning tool, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like if it was a zoning tool where he uses it to kind of push Neeb back. Neeb has to.
I like this Stalker push in here.
Yeah, he comes right up.
Just super aggressive.
How did he get vision up there? Oh, he just walked up.
He literally just walked up.
I thought he blinked up there. I'm like, oh, and then.
Yeah, that was like a really ballsy move. He was just like, you know what? You just lost a good amount of your army, so we're just gonna move on in.
2 reactors and gets like maybe all but 3 Stalkers out.
And I think part of that was just to test him. It was like, all right, I destroyed your stuff. How much of your stuff did I destroy?
Yeah, and how much are you remaxing? What are you even remaxing on? And are you in position as well?
Yeah, that's it. If you weren't in position at that point, you're just dead. Like because you have a bunch of stuff just sitting on your production. Like, that could outright kill you.
Yeah, and looking in like the income advantage, there is this point where Eutherma just pushed. He still had the income advantage for even during that time, but he just wasn't producing, or he was producing, but it just wasn't ready. So I'm surprised that Neeb just didn't try to take out a little bit more, just sacrifice those Stalkers and just like whatever. Let me just take out a couple of these
workers, buildings.
But the whole idea may have been like we said, he's just there to like, hey, I'm just checking out your wares, guys, and then I'm out.
And remember, those Stalkers are inordinately expensive.
And he's gonna need them for Liberators eventually.
Yeah.
To protect them Colossus.
Yeah.
So.
Which here they come.
Which are coming. Yep.
He does get under a couple. Luckily, they were just kind of rallied ahead.
See these Widow mines though.
These Widow mines are in this weird kind of position. I don't like.
Letting the Immortal soak it up.
I don't know. It's always the sad thing. You do your Blink Stalker, then when you make the more expensive unit, you just abandon.
Even though they're more valuable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at least he thinned out some of the Liberator count, and I think that's like the main goal here, to not get choked up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've seen some Protoss players take some really sick engagements on this map, especially when Terran is setting up like in a way like this, where they'll like maybe flank with some Zealots from behind or do something. But I always wonder, like, just holding the ramp, is that the way to do it? Especially when Liberators are part of the equation. So.
Well, I feel like Liberators really.
Oh, what's a Colossi, I guess.
Well. Yeah. Oh, Monsieur Colossi. Yeah.
Oh, brave Stalker, man. Like, oh, man. He gives up the ramp here, and
I don't know if that was.
Now
I
this
feel
is
like
the
that
awkward.
Wasn't the ideal.
No, right? It's kind of that awkward position here where you have to defend between your third and your nat. but Euthermal just finds a sick opportunity, and maybe it was Neeb trying to get a little bit too aggressive there, you know, like he blinked forward in order to try to snipe some units, but it kind of put him in a weird spot where Euthermal said, okay, you're going to give up the ramp, then here we go. And it was right before the Colossi came out too, so I feel like maybe if he held on a little bit longer, do you think maybe the Colossi would have made that ramp position even stronger where...
Yeah, it might have been.
There's no way to really push up it.
Well, I feel like we're holding the ramp position. Like, I couldn't tell if he was trying to be aggressive by coming around Euthermal, or if he was trying to check to see if Euthermal was coming around the other way.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like, oh, pushing them back.
No, but Euthermal, man, he's doing a sick job as far as finding opportunity to lose his Liberators. Damn.
Exactly.
Donate.
That'll push it back, and there's also very little energy left here. So
yeah,
I think he has to go home, but Neeb was definitely taking a lot of damage there.
Yeah, he taking all out push on losing his next, this is his fourth.
That's nice blink.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, but Neeb just carries on, getting more Colossi out.
It almost looked like he was gonna lose there, though. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I actually thought it was over. Like, I actually thought it was, because I felt like Neeb was getting thinned out. Euthermal had him in a really interesting position, and then the Colossi pops out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, hey, Colossi. And this Colossi, like, kind of, you know, aggressively pushes him back. I actually don't even know if Thermal Lances was Thermal Lances upgraded.
Yeah.
It is now. I don't know.
During it too, I think.
It didn't feel like, when I was watching it, it didn't feel like Thermal Lances.
It didn't either, yeah, because I had to double check at least to see. Boy,
This one class, I was all up in him.
Yep.
Now that he has the 3 Colossi, he feels much more prepared, much more.
3 is a great number, I think, for these. And he's got good force fields too.
This is a good concave, though. I mean, a good spread.
It is.
But there's so many Colossi here, and
but the thing is no Liberators on Thermal's point.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
if the other two,
preparing.
Yeah, if the other 2 had survived, if the other 2 Liberators had survived, we would have seen something, I think, kind of different, where these Stalkers may not have gotten.
Oh man, Neeb's so brutal with it too. Like, killing the medevacs at this point is so important too, because obviously we're gonna want, Euthermal's gonna want to go for Vikings, right? Like he's trying to preserve his medevac count so that he can make room for these Vikings in the production. But now you kind of have this dilemma where you don't have enough to heal your bio, even though you don't have a lot of bio, to be perfectly honest. But and also get Vikings out in order to deal with the Colossi. So
that's because he's crippled. He's just crippled.
I almost said Vipings. Like Vipers, Vikings. Yeah.
Infested Vipers.
Right?
Vikings.
Vipings.
So Ghost Academy. So
sees that at least.
Yep. So he knows nukes coming on their way.
Oh man. I mean, I think he might have delayed the Viking production a little bit too long, and then lost a little too much too, but he's starting to get at least a decent army out. It's just that I always worry for this, right? Like when there's that many Colossi and then there's not a lot of Vikings to deal with them, or medevacs to heal the Marauders and Marines that are going to try to surround it.
And he's pushing out now. Like, he's trying to get.
He is going to catch this whole drop.
Sorry, but not in my house.
Barely no, but it's not going to obviously get anything done. Well, a few workers, not too bad.
Workers being transferred to catch them, so it's not like a total loss. Not like
exactly. You actually get 5.
Yeah, if you get the medevac snipe for nothing.
Yeah.
And it pulled this whole group to come back to have to respond.
So this is even more dead. Like, this is so brutal.
Okay.
Any starport unit. Yeah,
that was a really interesting. Like, I wonder how much of that was him waiting to like catch them on rally, or if he really was just there at the right time.
I think he was just going to do another walk into the main with a recall again.
These are just going to stroll on up.
Yeah, because that's
he's done it once. You do it again.
Basically what he did before, and I think that's what he was going to do. But
I mean, it would be effective either way, right? Like getting onto production, especially when they're low, they're lacking on these.
And I like this.
Tier 3, if you will.
Right?
Yeah, look at it.
And the whole army's bypassed him. He just goes back.
You're right.
Getting the stragglers, right?
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. That's exactly what he was gonna do. Oh.
Yeah. So
Oh
that
my
was
God.
the plan.
Kind of
That
sloppy,
was the
but
plan.
The whole time to take out these reactors.
Yeah, that was the plan.
this could be a double-edged sword. Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say, if you lose the stalkers there, it's like, hey, I'm gonna prevent you from making more liberators by sacrificing my stalkers, but now I can't deal with the liberators that you have because I sacrificed my stalkers. Like, but at least he does have a few at home, so it wasn't even like that was oh no, he recalled those actually. So
Yep, he recalled them, bring them back, and that was always the plan. Like you said, it was to do the run by, to go up there, and then come back.
Get out. Yeah. It's not like he's making room for other units there. He wants the stalkers to be part of his main army. He's invested into +3, so.
My theory at this point in the game is that since Neeb switched to Protoss later in life, he always wanted to play a Wings of Liberty game. So that's exactly what he did.
Right.
There's nothing in his army that is not the Wings of Liberty army.
The Wings of Liberty, and Templar, Colossi, Stalkers.
And he's forced Thermal to basically make Vikings and Bio.
And, no, man, you might be onto something, man.
Our young Neeb is a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
He just, he wants to just play.
This is his dream, man. Look at it.
Wings of Liberty game.
Yeah.
And New Thermal gave it to him.
And like I said, you're right. This is a Wings of Liberty composition, and I love it. I do like the Colossi. I'm a big fan of Colossi from not even just like a gameplay composition standpoint, but just oh my God.
Okay, this is awkward.
This is a really awkward, like storming everything. Oof.
Oh.
I don't know if that was. I feel like that was weird. That was weird.
Yeah, I think that army got caught, but he did a good amount to the third base. But dang, that was a miscalculation by Neeb about who was gonna jump on top of him.
Yeah, and it was a one storm difference from complete disaster.
Yeah.
If the Liberators don't just all die, then that's it.
Yeah, they were all in the same spot.
But now he seems okay again.
Because if all those Liberators had survived, even by like a few bit of health, it would have been a problem.
They could have 5 hit points. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
And that's like obviously where we're in this position now. Because like if he did have those Liberators, he couldn't have pushed up. You'd have to stay back. Like
it's a difference.
No way.
Yeah. Much.
And it's but like I love this competition because you have these Colossi, and they're like, what I was saying before to finish my idea is that these Colossi are just. They're versatile. They're climbing up on ledges, and they're just sometimes like I remember the days where you'd have Colossi climb into
up and down,
climb into people's naturals and just like lance up a couple of mineral lines.
You see Puck with his Warp Prism Colossus micro, where he'd get the speed Warp Prism and just be like, yo,
what's up?
Dropping Colossi in your base, bro.
Right? That's
none of this adept funny business. Nah, man, I got this.
Man, no, forget the depths. Colossi up in you now. and your mineral line is just screaming. It's like something out of like War of the Worlds.
So what are you gonna do? Pull probes? What are you gonna pull workers to surround the like? Come on, get out of here! Get out of here!
It's like, that was 6. 12? All right.
And then just rip.
And we don't see that very much anymore. In very few people are going Colossi. And I kind of wanted to think to myself, why did Neeb decide to do Colossi? Like,
I think in that game it made sense for the Widow Mines.
Really? Like the Widow Mines? Was the Widow Mines like the
a Colossus with the thermal lance is actually
the thermal lance? That's why.
Yeah, it's pretty good at it's pretty good at taking that out. Like kind of. It's
but why Colossi? Like, what are the other responses though? Is Colossi the primary response? Like, I feel like
I don't know if it's the primary response.
No, I feel
Widow Mines. Widow Mines usually do good against like charge lots and
and sometimes you see the time,
if you will.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you might see is choose like someone get a Phoenix and they'll try to like grab the Widowmine when it gets up and kind of thing, and
It complements. I mean, he was already down the path of the Blink Stalkers as well.
Right.
Complements that well.
Yeah.
So, and he was controlling those well. Like we commented early in the game of him, like having to blink and leaving Immortals to die. With the Colossus, that's not as big of an issue. One, he can sit them farther back, but you also notice when he was going aggressive into the natural and third, he would keep the Colossus a little farther away down the ramp, so that he was actually blinking to the safety of the Colossus, not abandoning.
Yeah.
So I think that works as well.
I like good. I hope Colossus come back in.
You could do Disruptor there though.
So that's what
at the same time,
I feel like Disruptor has come to be like the new Colossi, right? They're the mean girls of the bunch. They're now the ones, you know,
they
everyone's
were
picking.
when they were better. I mean,
Obviously,
they suck now.
They're better than they were last patch, but
but
they're still kind of because I mean the Colossus is such a more stable unit, right? Like it's such a more consistent DPS kind of unit as opposed to that
staying power, and a lot of that game relied on the staying power. It relied on taking a relatively small group and pushing in farther than he could with any other unit. Like he got into the like that whole thing with the storms and the 5 liberators dying, and this, like both armies got beat up way more than they thought they were about to. And then he was still able to take like 9 units and just go kill the natural.
Yeah,
and you can't do that if your Disruptor's on cooldown.
You kind of have you're attacking waves. Like
it's not an occupy foreign territory army.
No, and the Colossus did give him a lot more mobility. It was right. It's like he could keep going. And I liked the run. I like the run by. I like the whole I'm going to
the Stalker just like
Stalker up.
The blink by.
Yeah, Colossus also scale good with the upgrades too, which you focus those attack upgrades really fast when you have Stalkers anyway. So I think they force a response as well, do they not? Like from the terrain, like they kind of have to deal with them in some kind of way, whether it's going to be Disruptors or whether it's going to be Liberators or Viking. So it's like
I feel like the Vikings is the optimum response.